What's going on, baby boy, baby girl, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Glad you made it. It's another So-So production. It is February 9th, 2022. It's time for business, baby. It's time for business. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's safe and sound wherever you are in and around this little blue planet we call home. The blue marble floating in there up in the space areas. Hope everybody's safe and sound. Cheers to you guys. Lots of exciting things happening. I'm super stoked. Ready to just kick butt and take names with you and I doing it together. Thank you very much. If you're a long-time listener and viewer, thank you for the love and support. If you're just joining us today for the first time, here we talk about everything and nothing most of the time. We try to crack a few jokes here and there and, talk about this, that, and the other. Nothing, it's not rigid. There are no set points. We'll discuss funny things, silly things, serious things. But enough of that. Thank you for joining me today. And today I just felt like, let's talk about today's underlying theme. One of them, I guess, would be, it's time for business, baby. It's time to open up, and we already are opening up. Great news, but it's time to get going. It is time to, that's why I decided to, it's been a while, and you're like, oh. Again, for the lovely people who've been with me for some time, thank you for the love and support. But it's like one of the first times, if I'm not mistaken, I decided to actually kind of dress up a little bit. I felt like it. Why? Because I felt like it. Your boy likes to, dabble in the casual wear most of the time, but it's been a while since I dressed up. I've been meaning to do it. I think I will, just between you and I think we're going to keep doing a little bit more. We'll mix it up. It's not going to be, we're not, here we like to mix it up. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, but I've been looking for an occasion to dress up, and today's the day. We're opening up. Great news. Not going to, spend too much time just mentioning it because this felt like progress, felt like great change. Alberta, Saskatchewan, getting rid of all the mandates. Shout out to Alberta, shout out to Saskatchewan, and you know what? Before you know it, everybody else is going to be following suit. Finally, it's a nice little breather, dude. It's a nice little breather, some common sense in the way we conduct ourselves. It's getting back there, and that's why I decided, you know what? It feels like a celebratory time. It feels like a time of new energy, and I want to step it up a little bit in different, in all aspects. That's what I'm trying to do. All day, every day, trying to step it up in different forms, trying to learn. Still at the very, very, very early stages of this journey. So again, thank you for whoever's been with me thus far, for the love and the support. Your baby boy is growing right in front of your eyes into a grown man. I'm already a man, I think, but that's the thing. If you dress up a little bit, all of a sudden you go full, whatever you were dealing with, you just go up a couple of levels. You just adult a little bit. It doesn't necessarily mean that, you're gonna, things that might happen if you dress up like this morning. I'll tell you, man, I ended up getting a mortgage. I started a business. I closed a couple of businesses. I made some inquiries. I've looked at land. That's the things that, you look at land, all of a sudden you put on a tie and a vest and a suit. Sometimes things happen. You buy things, you lose things, but then you count your losses and then you move on. It's lovely. Not gonna lie to you. It's been, when was the last time that I dressed up? I guess it had to be for work when I was in the automotive sector. This is now 4 years ago. I want to say that was the last time since I put that world behind me, put that stage of life behind me, and decided to move on my own and find my own path. And that's the day I said, no more ties for this guy, no more suits for this man right here. But a lot of benefits, a lot of pros and cons. That's why I like to mix it up. No particular, but straight up though, let's be honest with ourselves. I already feel extra professional, even though I'm not. In the storytelling and the, comedy world, very much a beginner. Can't even claim anything at this point. Literally just taking the smallest steps, but they are steps nonetheless. That's what it is. But you dress up, you put on a tie, you put on a vest, you put on a nice dress shirt. Doesn't have to be, I'm not the type that'll go splurge on things. I don't even have that big of a budget to be splurging or what have you, but I do like to, for the occasion. And I've got a couple of suits that that probably don't fit me the best right now. I've not worn them in, again, probably around 4 years, I want to say. But it's time to, it's time to, let's go, baby. It's business time. It's business time. That's what it is, man. Everybody's opening up. Oh my God, that's such great news. How exciting is that, Canada? How exciting is that, world? Wherever you are, I hope you're opening up soon as well, because that's what it is, man. We're going to be opening things up, coming together, going places, doing things. It is wonderful, baby. Sip, sip to all you guys and gals out there. If you dress up on a regular for work or for yourself, shout out to you. If you dress down, shout out to you as well. But maybe you want to spruce it up. Maybe you want to spruce it up. The cons. Let's go over some of the cons. Again, it depends how you look at the glass, right? All of a sudden you start dressing up. You wear a nice dress or a nice suit. You look professional. You are going to get hit with extra bills. That's just the way it works. You wear a suit and tie. You're now at that stage of life, you're dealing with bills. Not Williams, not random wills, just talking bills, baby. I'm talking rent, I'm talking car payments, I'm talking insurance, I'm talking, child support, alimony, maybe you got yourself into, maybe back in the day you were a little bit headstrong, you got yourself into a peculiar circumstance, maybe you got yourself into an argument with somebody over nothing, but your egos didn't let it go. Neither you wanted to step down and you got into a little scuffle. Next thing you know, what are you doing? You're in the county jail doing some time, but then you got back on your feet and are now having to take those very, again, baby steps to get back up. And I don't know where I was going with that, but you need to dress up, essentially. That's what it is. You're getting your life back on track. Hopefully that's not the case for you. And even if it is the case for you, it doesn't really matter, as long as you learn from whatever it is that you're, mistakes, and then the good things, to accumulate all of it. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. But it's business fucking time, baby. Let's go, Canada. Time to suit up. Time to, that's what it is, man. It does make you feel good. There are too many pros versus the one. One thing that I didn't like about, and it's not even directly related to the suit itself or the suit and the tie. I guess maybe I wasn't particularly, if I'm being totes honest, and there's nothing wrong with the business, or it was just not for me. I think I've mentioned this very early on in our many talks that we've had. Didn't really, I'm not a big fan of the whole corporate world setting, whatever realm it's in. And for me, it was just, when I said goodbye to the automotive sector, it was just like stepping away from all of that. And I was so, 3 years, so dedicated, and just every day get up, shave, put on a suit, go there, attend to meetings, deal with clients, this, that, and the other. And there are lots of portions of it that I enjoyed, and so many things that I'm thankful for, that I've actually gone through it and experienced it. But a lot of it was just not, a lot of my core personality is not meant for the corporate world. And there are benefits of that world as well, not to, and I respect everybody, whoever does anything to bring food and, to provide shelter for themselves and their family. I shout out to everybody doing it out there. I've learned so much. But when I decided to step away, I just wanted to, kind of really, take the time and be like, what's this guy up to? What is he like? What is he not like? But that's what it is. But a portion of me still does love dressing up, you know what I mean? And it's been a while since there's been an occasion, especially during the past 2 years. I'm like, you know what? Let's start dressing for it, because you never know what's around the corner. You might have to, next week or whenever, 2 days from now, they might be like, all right, mandates, we're all going off with mandates. And then next thing you know, your boy has got to go down to spots, meet people, make phone calls, emails, start going around doing professional things, because this journey is just getting us started, baby. We're just getting started. I'm super excited. It's just what it is. I felt like there's great news. I felt like there's a great vibe in the air, and it feels, again, celebratory to some extent. Again, not to, go prematurely and start, but we're taking those measures. People have talked, others have listened, others have talked, the people have listened. Everybody's just doing their best, and it's wonderful, and I'm feeling excited, dude. That's what it is. I'm feeling excited, and boys are professional, dude. Boys are professional, man. Just want to set it out here. Want to set the record straight. If you want a professional, this guy's the professional, and it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. With this for outfits similar to this, there have been many professional business meetings that have gone well most of the time, and there have been deals that have been dealt, hands that were shaken, shook hands, dude. The hands were shook. a lot of a lot of good intros, a lot of nice intros, a lot of meet and greets, a lot of learning, a lot of hustling, a lot of listening. But that's what it is, man. People just, there is a certain level of, it just automatically, it doesn't even matter what you do. It doesn't even matter if you're good at it. Let's be honest. If we're being totes honest, the power of the suit, that's what I mean. Even if you're not good at what you're doing, you wear a damn suit, all of a sudden, your level's higher than what you should actually be. And that's, but then hopefully your thing is to, be able to work up to that potential. I don't even know what I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying, dude. Sometimes you'll meet people who look quote unquote professional, but they look the part, but then they start talking or conducting business or doing whatever it is that they're doing. And you're like, man, thank God for that suit, lady. Thank God for that suit, dude. Because otherwise I wouldn't think you're a professional. But that's what a suit does. That's the power of the suit. That's the power of this is not even a suit, but it's, dressing up a little bit. Just, looking a little bit more professional than usual. There's nothing wrong with that. Definitely nothing wrong with that. It adds a little bit, they say don't judge a book by its cover, but also oftentimes that's what we do. That's, as humans, we judge books by their covers. It's reality. They say don't judge a man by the shoes that he's wearing, but the number of steps that he's taken. And if he doesn't have a pedometer on him and you don't have access to that, well, how the hell, it's just too much info that you got to be, going through. But if we're just going by judging a book by its cover, or a person by their shoes, or by their attire, you're most likely to take somebody more seriously in whatever it is that they're doing. If they look professional, if at least they look the part, it shows that at least they're trying. And we're all about the trying, because that's what it is at this stage. Again, it's literally like, man, looking back at it, I got so much to learn. Like last year, when the first year finished of doing the podcast, of being with you guys, I felt like I wanted to, be like, okay, here's one step that you've gone ahead and like maybe, an imaginary white belt earned. But that's not even, I can't even say I can't even say I've got a white belt, dude. I'm taking away my own white belt. That's what it is. Taking away my own white belt. Because I've got so much to do and so much to learn, and go out there and really just, that's what it, most of this has been a learning experience for me, and I'm in so much gratitude and awe of everybody, whatever profession you're into, whatever you're doing, but focusing in on what I'm doing and what I'm trying to learn and do. It's, got a lot of respect for actual stand-up comics who've been doing it, who have been killing it, and I legit respect everybody. I don't even it might even be, that's just what it is. That's just what I wanted to put out there. But nonetheless, man, I'm working on it, and I'm very happy and optimistic about the way things are going today. Again, felt like, because most of the time you'll be reading or hearing negative news of this whole past 2 years. Not even negative, just the circumstances that we're all dealing with, right? But it's just, now there's a shift, there's a legitimate shift, there's a different step, and it feels nice. And moving forward, man, I don't know, it's the world's your oyster. That's what it is. And I wanted to just come in today and essentially tell you whatever you want to do. And again, I'm not an expert in anything, but go after it 100%, give it all your best, and I'm sure it will work out for you one way or another, if that makes sense. I remember, speaking of power of the suit, man, or just a nice dress shirt and a tie for the gents. Ladies, you can always, you wear a dress. I can't even speak on that. That's for the ladies. Ladies, you all know what you're doing. But I remember one of my first job, I think, if I remember correctly, I used to work at No Frills. It's for those of you who aren't familiar, it's a grocery chain. And I remember going for my first interview. I think I was like literally in my early teenage years, or must have been 14, 15, not even fully quote unquote legal to work, but it was like one of those, you can if you want to. If your parents allow you, I think you could have back then. And it's, yeah, I don't know, 14, 15, that's a reasonable age to go work and start experiencing the world. Mind you, it's probably not going to be your career at 14, 15, 16, whatever. And it might, different people do different things at different ages. Some people start working, maybe you've started working earlier when you were younger, and you happen to be assisting your family in a family business. That's also work. It's, anyways, not trying to make anything out of your work experience, but rather trying to just make a point of, initially when I wanted to go get that job, even though it was my first job, I had no idea what to expect. I've never worked a day in my life prior to that. Here and there again, helping with this, that, and the other, but like no actual, you're gonna make a resume, you're gonna go have an interview with somebody, you're gonna present yourself and ask for a job. I remember I didn't have a suit at the time, but I wore a white dress shirt and I wore a tie. It wasn't even my tie. I forget whose tie it was. I think it was either my brother's or my dad's tie. It didn't fit probably. It was either too big or too small, but nonetheless, I made the effort. I went out there, ironed the shirt, simple black pants for work, put on a tie, go to the interview. And to this day, I still remember the dude's name that hired me. His name was Eric. Nice fellow with a mustache. Actually, legit, he looked like if Ned Flanders was a human being in human real-time form. That would have been, he looked identical. It's as if they took him and made Flanders based on his facial features, at least. Now, I remember getting the job, and the first thing, he said after I got the job, after he called me, is like, you're hired. If you want to, we start this particular day, come on in, we'll do your little intro, go around the things that you'll need to do and all that jazz. But then he made a comment which stuck with me even at that age. I think I may have briefly, maybe have shared this story very, very early on when we just started speaking with each other, listening to each other's stories and sharing. I think he told me that one of the reasons he hired me was because I was probably one of the only candidates that showed up for the job interview wearing a white shirt with a tie. Just a simple, regular white shirt, dress shirt with a tie. It's like, you were one of the only ones who dressed up. And I'm like, all right, cool. Learned something. I didn't even know back then. I'm assuming other folks, other kids, or maybe even adults who were looking for a job for that particular job is just, working at a grocery store. Maybe they showed up wearing whatever. Maybe they just wore a t-shirt, a shirt, and maybe sneakers or something. I don't know what they were, but the fact that he pointed that out to me is that you were one of the only ones who wore it. And again, I had zero work experience. He could have gone with anybody else. Men, women, robots, animal. He could have hired animals. But he decided to give your boy a chance, and that was nice. Shout out to Eric. Thank you very much for that first working opportunity. And then summer came to a conclusion, and he was like, are you ready to take on more responsibilities? At that time, I'm like, Eric, we need to talk, brother. It's not you, it's me, and I think I'm going to go concentrate more on the schools. He was a little bit heartbroken, but at the same time, he understood. A young man. It was a summer job. I had no intention of really staying there for. I didn't have a plan. I just wanted to get a work experience and start working, and I appreciated the opportunity. And that's the end of it. And I just learned from that day on. You're gonna go, and from that day on, I carried that with me anywhere that I went. If I wanted a particular job. So if you're looking for a job out there, one of the biggest things you could do to add a little bit of advantage to your arsenal is just, if you're a dude, if you're a lady, you know how to make yourself look good. But dudes, things that worked, things that I think still work to a certain degree, if you look sharp, if you look clean, people take you a little bit more seriously. Not to say that those are, you should, again. I particularly don't care. It's, if you're capable of doing the job, that's what I care for. But We're in a different stage of life, and we're neither here or there. We're not an employee. We're not really a self-employed, I guess, at this point for some time now. But that's what it is. When you are self-employed and whenever you are taking things in your own hands, that doesn't mean that you should, I don't know where I was going with that one either, but that's what it is. I just felt like dressing up today, boys and girls. Felt like coming in and doing a professional set, looking a little bit more profesh. And moving forward, who knows? We might keep it up a little bit. We might just mix it up. We'll probably do that. We'll mix it up. It's just, it was so long ago that I wore something a little bit more professional. I've been so concentrated on like getting away from that quote unquote corporate world that I may needed a reminder that it's okay to dress up for yourself, for your business, whatever it is that you're doing. Doesn't matter. And I'm learning at this, baby. This is podcasting. This is a aspect of it which will, I hope, help me build the skills, some of the skills that I need to go up there and learn to do stand-up. But down the line, who knows? That's what it is. Your boy's not gonna show up to a damn place wearing just, shorts and sandals. I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that much right now. But that's not to say we're not gonna do a little bit of painting here and there, do a little bit of, what's this? Merch for the fam or something, dude. And it doesn't mean we're not gonna wear t-shirts and shorts. It's just, again, have that balance. And for me, it was a while that it felt good, dude. Putting on the tie, learning I remember not knowing how to tie a tie when I was a kid, dude. And I remember Googling it. Shout out to Googs, dude. Everybody likes to always go, no, the man's watching you through the Googs, dude. They're watching you. They're looking, they're listening, but they're also teaching you how to tie a damn tie, I'll tell you that, Pros and cons to everything. Pros and cons, ladies and gentlemen. Put on a damn tie, put on a nice shirt, all of a sudden, you start, last night, no joke, dude, I started just, thinking about it. I've been thinking about it for some time now. I'm like, should I wait for a special, today's the special occasion. Right now, if you're alive and kicking, it's the specialist occasion. You're alive and kicking. If you're gonna wait for something to happen to make, and that's what it is, man. I take the little things, make them special. Doesn't matter what it is. You make that day special. You make that, and that's the thing. We need to, I think, learn a little bit. And again, I think all of us. This is such a great learning process and period for a lot of people. I think there has been definitely a shift. A lot of people are now maybe combining working from home, working a little bit from home, and then working at work, wherever that may be. But I do want to retain the habit of being a professional. That's essentially, it doesn't matter what you wear, but a little bit of it, I just, I have my routine, I get up, do my thing, but it feels like, again, it's that one little added bit of, just another level of, hey, I'm taking this seriously. Hey, I'm going to be trying my best. And it's not going to be the best, but at least I'm trying. That's essentially, and whatever you're doing at home for yourself as well, that's what I noticed too. Like, I'll be doing, last night, I even thought about it, dude. I wasn't working, sometimes when I'm in my home and I'm doing work, it may just be, some of you guys might relate to this. If you're doing work, if you're at home, you're doing your work, you're doing something professional, but you're wearing maybe sweats or just a t-shirt. Because why? Well, you're at home. Who are you gonna impress? But I have noticed that, and I'm not, I'm not a slobby person. I don't like to, you'll never find me with like, wearing a t-shirt with like a stain on it or cleanliness, always a priority. All that stuff, always a priority. But if you're working from home and you don't happen to, and prior to that, you used to get dressed up and go to work, I think there's still a little bit, and I'm no expert on this, this is the first day I'm wearing a little bit of a more of a again, quote unquote, professional attire. It does help you feel better about yourself. Feels like you're actually doing the work. Because when you're home, if you're just in a t-shirt and you're just wearing sweats or something, you might still be doing the same amount of work, but it may not feel like you're doing it professionally, even though you probably are 100%. But it's just that and it's nice because you don't want everything just like merging together. And that's the thing I was always like this, but during this whole pandy that interrupted most of our lives, our routines, my life started to merge. My home attire and my work attire started to merge a lot. I've noticed that. And it's something that I'd like to make not too big, I'm not going to make a fuss about it, but it's just a little something, then it's the little somethings that add along the way that make a little bit of an impact. I'm not saying that I'm going to sit here wearing this and this is going to be you're going to write better jokes because you're suited up or half suited up or whatever. No, the jokes, the writing, that's mental work, that's muscle work, that's mental and the muscle meeting together. But dressing up does make you feel like you're working rather than, well, we're just at home and we're working. And you gotta, I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think it's, and to each their own. I feel like this is something that I'm gonna try to incorporate a little bit more into my life, especially because moving forward and, from the past as well, the recent past, but moving forward as well, this is all my own little project, and what I make of it goes, basically. So how do I want to view myself little by little, gradually improving, getting better in all aspects of life? This is something that I could add to it that could, hopefully benefit me in some shape or form, maybe in ways that I'm not even aware of right now. You know what I mean? Dressing up right now, next thing you know, good things happen. Again, all of a sudden I'm doing amazing on the stock market for some reason. Why? Because of a damn tie. All of a sudden the altcoins that I've been picking are all just going green, dude. Everything's going green all of a sudden. Next week I might be on a yacht for some reason. Oh, what are you doing on my yacht? I'm sorry, my bad, dude, it's your yacht. And sometimes you might just overstep your boundaries, but doesn't mean things can't happen for you if you just, spruce it up a little bit. And that's one of the things that I'm fully aware of, and if you guys, I'm sure most of you guys, that's the thing, that's what I love about today, man. Everybody's so inquisitive, so curious, so much into learning and bettering themselves, and that's what I feel, that's what I like to surround myself with. And a lot of people are we are getting smarter as a species. Like, you cannot compare, and that's, I would assume, is the regular trend, generationally speaking, but a lot of people are just, I forgot what I was going to say, dude, not going to lie to you guys. I don't know where I was going with that. I had something there. Totally had something there. People are getting smarter. People are getting brighter, dude. People are, where was I going with this? People do more research. I don't know where I was going with that. Lost my train of thought, dude. It's all right. It'll come back to us. But I wanted to just talk about briefly the power of an outfit. An outfit goes a long way. There have been studies on this. There have been studies that a few people have attempted this and actually have gotten away with it to a certain degree, and then I think they got caught. But this goes to just speak. Well, here's the greatest example. I think the what was it? Bear with me a few seconds here. I'm trying to go through the Rolodex of thoughts. The Stanford prison experiment that they did, right? A portion of that, when they gave half the students prison guard outfits, half the other students got to be guards. There was a whole, if you watch that, if you're aware of that, and a lot of people are. The power of the suit, what it can, or lack thereof, right? You wear something that's, you look like a prisoner. You're going to take on that, and if you're in the setting, and you're going to take on that persona, you're going to take on that same thing with if you're elevating yourself through a suit. Either it's a prison guard uniform, or look at the cop uniforms, right? They used to be different colors, like blue and different shades of brown, maybe in different places, gray sometime. But then I think most cops right now, have gone with black uniforms. Why? Because, again, there have been studies on this, and doesn't necessarily mean it works 100% and that it's bulletproof, but there is a certain level of dominance and, I guess, professionalism that a black suit or outfit brings forward. So if you're dealing with somebody, you know, maybe you wouldn't necessarily take a cop as serious if they were wearing pink outfits. You know, imagine cops wearing pink outfits with little billy clubs. That'll look hilarious. I'm not gonna lie to you. But, and that's exactly the point though, they'll look hilarious. You're not gonna take them seriously. I'm not gonna take a ticket from a guy in a pink suit. No matter how good you twirl that little baton, dude, it doesn't matter. I'm not impressed. I'm not gonna give you my time of day if you're wearing a pink suit. Again, different contexts, different settings, totally into the pink suit or dress, but dealing with police, probably, and that's what it is. You see a judge, black and white, going with the classic penguin, dude, classic penguin. Lawyers, dressed up in suits, you know? Superheroes, they've got suits. They don't just, you don't see superheroes just walking around with a damn TV. Although that, you know what, if you want to blend in a little bit, it's always, you know, don't be all like, don't be complaining about how you got noticed and how you got, you know, oh, everybody's always after me. So blend in, dude, blend in. Oh, my arch nemesis is always after me. Wear something different, all right? Batman, Superman, all the other men and women out there complaining about their enemies and like, oh, they're after me. I'm gonna have to wear something else. Surprise them, dude. Why are you always wearing the same outfit? It's beyond me sometimes. But point is that there is a lot of power behind a suit or an outfit, and I wanted to, you know, incorporate a little bit of that into my own life. Bring back a little bit, and that's what I wanted to say. Amongst the many things that we've said and will say, I think I want to be, yeah, because that's what it is. When I was at least like in a professional, quote unquote, like corporate setting, there was a certain time that, you know, you get up and you, from morning, you'd wear a suit or dress nicely till evening when you got home, and then late at night before you go to bed, you change into your comfy clothes or your, and that's what I think I've noticed, that I don't want to give into that life, because I was never like that. But again, during this whole 2 years, I think there's been a little bit of a disruption between the way we work, between many things, many aspects of our lives. But one thing that I'd like to incorporate, hopefully, and it's going to be a positive shift, is dressing up, or at least, you know, not wearing the same thing that I would wear. And not to say they're like bad or anything. There's no harm, and I'm not saying I've got the answer. I'm not saying this is the way you should do things at all. It's just, I'm again sharing feelings, sharing thoughts, bros and ladies. Together we're gonna grow, tickle each other's membranes. But that's what it is, man. I put on the suit last night. I was going through what I was gonna wear first. I was gonna go to a little bit fancier, just a wee bit more fancy. Now I'm like, no, you don't need to go that fancy, dude. Just, you know, tone it down somewhere in between. But as soon as I put on the suit and the tie, next thing you know, jokes are flying in, dude. I'm starting to like beautiful mind that shit, but instead of mathematical equations, all of a sudden I'm hearing, oh, why did the chicken cross the street? It's going up on the window. I've got it all written down, dude. Jewish, Muslim, and a Christian dude walk into a bar. All of it is just going up on the window. Beautiful minding that shit. Why? Because I suited up. Before that, it was still happening, but now I'm just making the connections, I think, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for all the love and support. You know your boy's here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's thrice in a week, baby, and you can catch it everywhere. For now, everywhere, but I mean like YouTube, Instagram, and Patreon. Thank you very much for whoever's been supportive. If you like these videos, that makes me super happy. If you don't like these videos, try my best. So, you know, give your boy a chance. Why not? You gave everybody else a chance. You gave that guy a chance. Gave that lady a chance. And you're like, I'm running out of chances. Well, spread your chances amongst people evenly or something. I don't know, dude. What I'm trying to say is that trying my best here, and I hope you like it, and if you don't, I'll try to make it better. If you really don't like it, stop watching it, but then give it a chance. You might like what you see. Because this right here, this is the growth spurt, or at least the initial stage. This is like, baby's been taking steps, but the steps have been sedentary because of obvious reasons that we're not going to get into or focus on today, because things are unraveling, baby. The tide's shifting. Fucking Beautiful news, dude. I'm so happy about Alberta and Saskatchewan. You know everybody else is gonna follow suit real fast. Real fast, baby. One step in front of the other. That's what it is, baby. We'll take a couple of steps forward, maybe a couple of steps back, but in all honesty, we're just moving forward. All of us, Canadians, Americans, Asians, Europeans, Africans, Middle Easterners, down in there in Australia, whatever you guys are, whether you're a continent or a country, to figure it out. But you're doing it too. New Zealand, everybody, man. Alaska, shout out to Alaska. Everybody's doing it up. So go ahead if this is something that you've experienced. I'm assuming some of you have experienced in some shape or form. You can't, try it out. If you're wondering, man, how can I do something and it's not even anything major, but it does add a little bit of a change in just the way you feel about yourself. And that's essentially, you make yourself feel good, you make others feel good. All of a sudden, what's happening, baby? What's happening? The stock is rising. Your stock is rising. Your company starts doing better. Oh my. Oh, look what Nick's wearing. Nick's wearing a beautiful suit. He must know what he's doing. And most of the time, Nick knows what he's doing. And sometimes he might not know what he's doing, but that's all right. He's trying out there. Oh, look at Eugene. Just taking on extra in the office. Just taking on extra. Why? Because Eugene's the type of gal that will take on extra, and she'll take the few extra minutes in the morning to put on her makeup and a nice dress to go there to be the professional that she is. And again, she knows what she's doing, but sure, sometimes she'll miss too because she's human, but guess what? She's trying. Way to go, Eugene. Shout out to you for dressing up. And it's just, I'm super excited. That's what it is. And I can't believe that it took me this long to realize, hey man, it's okay to look professional, And that, again, I'm learning, dude. I'm learning. It's okay to look professional. Sometimes I'm trying to find my groove and my path. And again, being so new to all of this, it's nice to know that it's nice to have change. That's all there is to it, right? I think that's what it is. Nice to have change, and it's nice to know we can be professionals. Fucking professionals, dude. Go conduct a business meeting today. Go sign it. Grab a new pen. Put the deal in front of them. Put the deal in front of them, and then just sit back. A lot of times, you just need to put the deal in front of them and sit back. And just whoever speaks first loses the deal. Whoever flinches loses the deal. Whoever leaves the table loses the deal. Remain seated. The contract has been moved. You've slid the contract over to you. They know the numbers. Those are the best numbers. And it's not just about the numbers, is it? It's about what they're getting with you. It's about you. That's right, you. Because you're building that damn relationship, aren't you? You're working on that relationship. Next time they come into the office, even though they might have paid a little bit more, or maybe even a little bit less, or maybe just the perfect amount, they know that they're dealing with you, and they know you're going to take care of them. Why? Because you're a goddamn fucking professional. That's why. They're not just getting a product, they're not just getting a service, they're building that relationship with you, sir, ma'am, lady, man, doing it out there professionally, putting in the time. It's the little things. Sure, could the deal go through with just a tee and a pair of jeans? Maybe. But I don't like to go over right down the fucking center. Right down the fucking center with everything, dude. I don't buy into because there is a mentality, or there's a philosophy rather, that some of the highest, some of the most productive, some of the most successful of the successfuls out there believe in just gonna wear one thing, every single, keep it simple. I don't have time. I don't have time, dude. I don't have time. You got time, bro. You whoever you are, you got time. It's not a matter of time. It's just a matter of And that's what it is. If somebody, to me, again, this is literally a man, but that's the fucking power of the suit. I'm wearing it for like 20 minutes. I'm already feeling like one of the group right now, whatever group, the professional group. You know what it is? The professional group. Don't you know? I don't want that to be the excuse. "Oh, I don't have time." You've got the time. It's the same amount of time. It's literally. Do you get up and shave and shower? It's literally the same amount of time. Once you figure out what you want to wear, it doesn't matter. But some people are just legit using that as an excuse, dude. And I'm not the type that, I've never like dressed up. This is legit like the first time that we've kind of, again, quote unquote, dressed up. Other times I'm just wearing my regular clothes. It doesn't mean that we're dressed down, but don't come in with the excuse of, all the time that I'm spending on wearing something. It's like you're not walking around naked, are you? Because that's the only time you'll be saving time. If you're not if you want to save time, just give it all up. No more showers, no more bathing, no more shaving, no more whatever it is that you're doing. I want to see that. I want to see that. I want to see how successful you can get just being a stinky, hairy, feral human being. I want to see how successful, but also prove me wrong, dude. I want to see that. I want to see somebody, I want to see somebody looking like, not just looking like, but like smelling like a real Tarzan, dude. Smell and look like a real Tarzan, but also manage to get that IPO to initial successful launching. Fuck yeah, dude. Do it. Do it. But at the same time, it doesn't make me feel, again, judging that book by the cover, it doesn't make me feel all that comfortable investing in that. For those reasons, that's why I've decided to pull out. That's what it is, baby. A little bit of dressing up, not to go overboard, but a little bit of dressing up. I'm not gonna lie, when I do age, because right now we're just aging, baby. But when I like age, and for fellas, and it doesn't even have to be an age, but I do, not gonna lie, I do like hats. Men should wear hats, more hats. 2-3 hats as a matter, 2-3 hats per man. Not enough hats out there. Just putting out ideas for you guys and the dolls, ladies. Let's go, it's the roaring 20s, baby. It's the roaring 20s. Look at how we dress right now compared to, and this is not an original observation. This is not my idea. But different people are talking about it, and it is something that I have noticed. But look at the way we used to dress in the 1920s, adults, and then look at the way we dress as adults today. Maybe in some places in the 1920s they went overboard with the dressing. I'm not saying go ahead and dress up like you're in the 1920s, but there's definitely a little something to be learned in there as well, I think. I don't know. So with that in mind, not to promise you guys that next time you'll see me I'll be in a suit or like a vest or a tie every fucking time, but you'll definitely see more of it. It's definitely something that I'd like to incorporate. Again, just looking professional. I think I do a little bit more during summertime or spring or fall. It's just during the during the winter period when it's like 2-3 months of just harsh, cold winter conditions. You just want to wear the comfiest, most practical things. You wear, windbreakers, layer up with a couple of layers, get a nice hoodie on, feel comfortable. But during summer, spring, and fall, your boy does like to just, I don't ever like dress up, but I like to sometimes, just wear a little bit, something with a collar, something that looks like it belongs to my age category. And sometimes, because I like to dabble in different things and mix it up, I wear the silliest of shits. Not all the time, but sometimes, man. It's good to mix it up. That's what it is. But for today's purposes, I wanted to just, for myself, bring it back. For you guys, bring it back. If you're even working at home, there's no shame in getting up and putting on a tie or a nice little suit, or wearing your dresses, ladies, putting on those high heels if you like, or flats, or whatever kind of shoes you're comfortable wearing. Maybe you don't even want to wear shoes, but you want to put on the dress. That's cool as well. But it does go a long way. It makes you feel nice. Makes you feel like you're actually doing something rather than, sure, you might do the, you might even roll out of bed, you might even do your shower, do your little workouts and what have you, but like dressing up, again, takes it up a little bit of an extra level somewhere, dude. I don't know in which direction, and I don't know if it's good or bad, but it's good to try things. That's what it is, baby. Go ahead and try it out. I hope to, talk to you guys very soon again, obviously on Friday, and a lot of exciting things are happening, man. Things are opening up. It is, if I'm not mistaken, there is Super Bowl's going down on the weekend. Valentine's Day is coming up. Valentine's Day is coming up, baby. I'm excited. Boy's single at the time, of course, but I'm excited. Nonetheless, you never know what can happen. At any given moment, you never know what can happen. It's whoever's in love, celebrate it, dude. Ladies, take this weekend to just have a couple of babies. Have a couple of babies. The best thing you can do is have babies on Valentine's Day. And when your kids ask, Mom, Dad, when did you guys conceive me? On the most romantic fucking day, you can look them right in the eye and with confidence tell them on fucking Valentine's Day, dude. Lady, this is what you'll tell your kid. Your mom and I were going at it like a couple of rabbits. And that's how you came about. That's the story you could tell. Or you could be like, oh, we didn't dress up and look at us. We had you sometime before or after Valentine's Day, which is completely fine too. But imagine those babies that were born, or rather not born, but made on Valentine's Day. That baby's gonna come out and just be a wonderful human being, I'm assuming, if you're gonna have a baby and it's conceived on the day of the most romantic days of days. It'll be a Care Bear of a human being. So go ahead and make more Care Bears, damn it. I can't do it right now. It's not the top priority. Down the line, Valentine's Day. If you can, if you can. If you can't, that's all right. There's always next year. There's always, and it doesn't even necessarily, and we'll get into it. We'll maybe discuss this a little bit more. We'll do a Valentine's Day episode either this Friday or Monday, depending on how things go, baby. We'll keep it loose as a goose, but nonetheless, there's romance in the air. Temperature's sitting at around like 2-3 degrees. It already feels like spring. It already feels like a new fucking beginning, and I'm super excited, and that's why today I decided to, for me, for you, for the fam, just take it up a little bit. I'm learning, I'm growing, doing my bestest, hopefully, and for anybody, again, if you've been a long-time listener and viewer, thank you. If you're joining me just today, thank you as well. I'll be back here again on Friday. In the meantime, have fun, stay with it, and dress up if you like. And if you don't, that's cool too. Talk to y'all very soon. Peace out, everybody.